all of us, but especially students, have limited capacity in their working memory. And so they can only process so many things. We want to make sure they're processing the right things. In this lesson, and you talked about it a little bit in your opening reflection, what was the most important to be remembered information that you wanted students to come out of this lesson remembering?
Well, I think the biggest part that I kept focusing on was don't let a letter, because they got stuck on a letter in a math problem. Don't let a letter throw you off. What do we do? Every time we see a letter, we're trying to solve for that letter. We need to isolate that letter. So the goal of every time, if it was a word problem or an inequality sitting there, I wanted them to focus in on that letter. I need it by itself and I need everything else to the other side. How do I do it? And it was kind of like, I would tell them, you're going to add or you're going to subtract. And then 99% of the time, you're going to divide. I said, you're going to divide or multiply, but 99% of the time you will divide. And kind of that was the important steps I wanted them to know, to approach it that way. Do 1, 2, 3, and you will most likely come to the right answer doing it just that way.
Thank you. I think those inverse operations and understanding how to solve equations and inequalities are super important. Before I dive into the action step, just wanted to ask you, where during your lesson do you feel like students had their attention focused on those specific pieces of to be remembered information?
I would think that each day it kind of increased the intensity of the type of problem going into a word problem, or gave from a 1-step, all we have to do is subtract this number to get it over here, into a 2-step. And I think that at the end of every lesson, what I kept focusing was, this is what we're trying to do. And this is the step today that we use to get there.